Welcome back, guys. So, we're at the domain of the cockroaches, and they don't like us because we're helping the amphibians. Anyways, so I did a little grinding off screen on these cockroaches. They give about 80 Evo points each, so yeah, I recommend doing that. But anyways, so we're on to the domain of giant bees, and they carry off our amphibian friends. Now, eat the giant bees, but do not eat the amphibians. Let me show you what happens if you accidentally do that, though.
You're all food, I'm gonna eat you. You're delicious. Yummy baby. Oh, amphibian. Did that just take health away? Nah, I'm just dreaming things. Yummy. It took 5 points of health! You bastards! I'll get my vengeance someday!
And that's why I don't recommend killing our amphibian friends. So let's move on to the next world. Or level. We're still a little ways to the next world. Anyways, we have bees carrying the amphibians. All they'll try to do is just carry them, ignore them if you want, or save the amphibians. Either way, just move on. And we're finally to the next boss, believe it or not. Cave of the King Bee. Ooh, you look like you got messed up. Trying to persuade the King Bee? You must be the kid's father. Have a favor. You're gonna pass away. Oh no! But your son! You want us to kill him so we can let the plants grow again and peace can reign over all. He gave us his meat, and with that, we can actually evolve the best body, which costs 5,000 Evo points. His sacrifice will not go in vain. But now we're on to the cave. So first off, we have eggs. These eggs will hatch bee larvae. Now, I've seen bee larvae in real life. Bee larvae is actually, they're actually very pale. They're white. I don't know why. For some reason, this game decided to have blue bee larvae. It doesn't really make too much sense, but then again, it is just a game, and games tend not to make too much sense. Anyways, so what these bee larvae will do is they'll jump into you, and that'll cause 1 point of damage. If you're not careful, you can actually lose quite a bit of health. And we have the king bee talking to us, saying here's another amphibian. He must have evolved strange because of a crystal, and only through force might make right. Anyways, now the king bee can be either difficult or a joke. If you have good agility and jumping skills, he is going to be a joke because all you have to do is jump and then bite him. And well, if you don't have good jumping skills, he will sting you repeatedly and you're going to die very easily. Since we have great agility and jumping skills, not a problem. We just completely messed him up like there was no tomorrow. And with that, we move on to the next level. And we apparently have a dragonfly who wants to talk to us. And he didn't agree with King Bee, and he'll give us advice. We have no strong enemies, so he doesn't think we need to evolve. But the Sand Eater is very strong, so we should take caution. Well, buddy, I want to evolve, so I disagree with you. Because of that, I don't think you're very fit to survive. So I take you out of existence. As the King Bee had it, might makes right. As in this game, might makes right. However, these sand eaters, well, the dragonfly was right. They're very strong. You can't kill them. You can try to bite them, but it won't mean anything because you can't actually damage them. But they can damage you, so just jump out of the way and jump to victory and move on to the next level. Alright, we're actually blowing by the second world. We're introduced to dinosaurs. And he's telling us the era of amphibians and insects have ended, and it's now the era of reptiles. So, foreshadowing to what's gonna happen. But I want to try something different. I want to evolve into something that should not be. An eel in the desert. I don't know what to say, folks. All I can say is we're very slow, we're vulnerable to everything, and we're just getting our butt handed to us. This... I don't know what to say, this should not be. Also, I'd like to mention, when you're using a recorded evolution, it's timed, but until that time you can't actually evolve into anything. So basically, if you're gonna die, you basically have to avoid everything and avoid not— oh! You have to avoid not to get hurt! Oh, thank God. That was messed up. Yes, I'm not doing that again, but that was something that should not be. An eel in the desert. I don't even know what to say. Have you ever seen the sand eels? Because apparently they now exist in this game. I'm gonna save it here, and we're gonna go fight Queen Bee, but not as a sand eel, because that would be messed up. We would die. Desert time trance. Failure. You should listen to orders. Hell, Queen Bee, you die. Yes, apparently the Queen Bee is a little peeved that we killed her husband, and she's going to try to destroy us. In all reality, there is no King Bee. There's only a queen. That is a hierarchy. There's queen, drones, soldiers, and that's about it, as far as I know. That's all I know according to knowledge. That's all you need to know for now. Because it's not important we have to kill the Queen Bee. She can be very difficult because, well, as you see, her pattern is she throws 3 spikes and then she tries to bite you. Evolve a horn when you're getting low on Evo. You don't need it. This is the last level. But yes. Unlike the shark, it's kind of difficult to, well, it's kind of difficult to use your horn in this battle, so you're kind of forced to just de-evolve your horn. Oh. What you saw right there, I tricked out the system. You can let your health go to 0, but it's very tricky. You have to time it just right. Because if you time it just right, you can actually survive having 0 HP. Whoa. Okay. Normally you can't double damage enemies by jumping on them twice. Because you'll just get hurt if you jump on them again. But that's not important. We're here to kill a Queen Bee. It's kind of close, but I think I got the upper hand with being able to evolve Evo. Or using Evo to evolve horns. I don't care if it's cheap. You need an edge to survive. See, we need to be the strongest, and if this is the only way, then, well, God help me, that's how we're doing it. Anyways, so yeah, just trying to survive this onslaught of her stinging us and biting us. Well, we do the same, except without stinging her. And we won. Alright. Delicious. Unfortunately, all that Evo's gonna go to waste, because you know what's going on. Bounce of nature will recover. Yes. A new body. Great power. Can you guess what it's gonna be? A dinosaur, of course. As foreshadowing said, it is the era of reptiles. And we move on! Using time trance. Quotation. And this guy, I promised to keep this plutonic, and you're saying that the King Bee mentioned something about crystal, but you have no insight on this crystal. And yeah, it's dinosaurs, because of their strength. We get to be one. Age of Dinosaurs. I'm sure many of you know about dinosaurs, how they were, well, they were enormous and strong, and, well, there is leaf eaters and carnivores. What are we gonna be? Most likely a carnivore. Or maybe a mixture of both and being an omnivore. Yes, a dinosaur that eats both plants and meats. And yellow crystal. It just gives us more tips on 2 legs and 4 legs. You see, in this era we have the choice to either be a 2-legged creature or a 4-legged creature. Also, we have whispering, which I never really covered. We have Whisper A and Whisper B, who are telling us about Mount Brave and a chosen one. But right now, all you really need to know is that's foreshadowing. But let me explain 2 versus 4 legs. 2 legs will give you higher agility and higher jump, but less strength and less defense. 4 legs will give you just the opposite. Much better strength and defense, but you're gonna suffer in agility and jumping. Also, these guys, well, you can grind on them if you want the second jaw. I could advise it. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna move on to the best point to grind in as the section before the next boss. And these guys are telling us the crystal is bad, we shouldn't use it. However, I find it ironic how Gaia and people, animals, creatures, what have you, they are saying the crystal is bad, don't use it. And ironically, we've been using it throughout the game so far. And I'm willing to bet that trend's going to continue onward. But oh well, it's not important. What is important is more plot. Well, subplot, I guess. Technically. Your child is missing. Go away, or you'll become angry with us, huh? Alright, just walk past her. Well, so if you're dashing and you have a horn, I advise not dashing past her, or him. Never really explained on gender. Anyways, I'm gonna cover these 2 and then I'm probably gonna cut it off because this is starting to get kind of long. March of the Prime Frog. What's wrong with slime, huh? I don't know. It's icky. That's what's wrong with slime. Apparently the amphibians have something wrong with, or think there's something wrong with us because we hate slime, or at least reptiles do. And yet they are slimy, and they don't like that. So in the last level, we had a conflict between amphibians and insects, and I guess in this world, we have a conflict between amphibians and dinosaurs. Well, you know, not a problem. We'll take care of that situation when it comes. And in this level, we actually have throwback to these guys who are saying that dinosaurs eat so many plants, and they're kind of sad about that. But not a problem. They're still not too bad, but we're pretty weak. Anyways, with that, I'm gonna end it here. So yeah, I'll see you guys at the next level where we'll tackle on Brontosaurus. Later.